Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Greater Hartford. My name is Reverend Christine Boylan, and it is wonderful to see you here. I know many more on the way. You know, we gave you an extra hour, so we were still not expecting you to be on time. But we also know that there are many others watching us on Facebook and on our website, so welcome to all of you too. Now, today, as many of you know, is a special day in the history of Unity of Greater Hartford. We're celebrating that our church building mortgage is paid off and that we are ready for an amazing future. Now, yes, applaud that. It's also, I know this is just as important to many of you, it's also Potluck Sunday. So that if you are home and you went, oh darn, I forgot, get dressed and come on in. Don't worry about bringing something. There's always enough food. It's always, loaves and fishes here. So just come in and join us. And now, we have a new thing going on. We call it the board member on duty. And this is a board member that you can go to in case I'm unavailable and something's happening on a Sunday. And so today, the board member on duty is our Vice President, Sue Smollett. Sue, get up so everyone can see you. All right. Now, when you arrived, you should have been handed a bulletin, an order of service, and the words to a song, and a little white, paper index card. If you did not get that, please raise your hand. And so there's one up here, Gail, that needs it. And so I'm hoping everyone else has all that, because you're going to need all that for today. Terrific. And of course, as a reminder, you can support us in recycling the order of service and the songs by leaving them in a basket that's in our atrium. So don't leave them in the pew, because just another task for me to do. Pick them up and take them out and put them in the basket. That would be wonderful. So what I'd like you to do is to get that bulletin in front of you, and we're going to together affirm what we know to be true about unity, and it is our welcome affirmation. So please join me in that. Together, unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And of course, here in Unity, we welcome, value, and include all people. As you know, our 2023 theme is Flying in Faith. And each month we have a new affirmation that you can bring into your daily personal prayer time. It's on the bulletin, and it's also on the homepage of the website. And we do this as a way to help you develop an individual prayer practice, but also to kind of hark back to how Unity began, with the Fillmores creating a monthly affirmation and then mailing it to everyone throughout the United States, and then all agreeing to saying that prayer, to saying that affirmation out loud once a month. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to say it once. Please come in. Come on in. I'm going to say that once, and then we're going to say that out loud together. And so, Tom, if you want to come up here to the second pew, you'll be right behind your mom. So let's say that together. I'm going to say it, and then you'll say it together. Flying in faith, I release the past, embrace the present, and envision an amazing future. Together. Flying in faith, I release the past, embrace the present, and envision an amazing future. Now, as we prepare for our opening prayer, I'm going to ask our worship assistant, Deborah, to light our Christ candle. And this is a symbol. Right? This is a reminder to all of us that that Christ light burns forever within each one of us. And so let's hold that light in our mind's eye as we pray. Today we pray. We pray affirming. that our heart's desire is fulfilled right now. Today, we release the past, we embrace the present, and we envision an amazing future for this Unity Church of Greater Hartford and for each one of us, individually, collectively. We open our hearts and our minds to all that is of God, for we know that we are truly one with the divine. And as we take a moment to go within, we can feel that oneness and know that all that is of God is of us. And so let's take that moment right now, just a moment in the silence, to bring an awareness to our oneness. Today, I release the past, I embrace the present, and envision an amazing future. I give thanks for this knowing. I give thanks that I truly know that I am one with the divine. And with God, all things are possible. With gratitude, with love, I say thank you. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. And so now I'd like to invite our choir to join us up here on the platform and to also say good morning to not only our wonderful choir, but to our music director, Carolyn. Good morning, Carolyn.
Good morning. Hello. Good morning, Unity. So on your way in, you were given, amongst other things, a sheet with the lyrics to today's opening songs. So let's find that, locate that right now. And then I'm going to ask that you stand as you are able, and we will sing these songs together, starting with Why Walk When You Can Fly. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this world there's a whole lot of trouble, baby. In this world there's a whole lot of pain. In this world there's a whole lot of trouble and a whole lot of ground to gain. Why take when you could be giving? Why watch as the world goes by? It's a hard life to be living. Why walk when you can fly? There's a whole lot of sorrow. In this world there's a whole lot of shame. In this world there's a whole lot of sorrow and a whole lot of ground to gain. When you spend your whole life wishing, wanting and wondering why, it's a long enough life to be living. Why walk when you can fly? In this world there's a whole lot of gold, and in this world there's a whole lot of plain. In this world you've a soul for a compass and a heart for a pair of wings. There's a star on the far horizon, rising bright in an azure sky. For the rest of the time that you're given, why walk when you can fly high? How about something easy? You feeling like something easy after that? Yes? All right. So this little light of mine. Yeah, feels good, right? Oh. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. When I go to work, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, when I go to work, I'm gonna let it shine. When I go to work, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. When I'm on the street, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, when I'm on the street, I'm gonna let it shine. When I'm on the street, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. When I'm with the church, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, when I'm with the church, I'm gonna let it shine. When I'm with the church, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Shining lights in the choir.
Hold on, Carolyn's going to come up and move that mic for you.
Okay, I'm ready to jump in. My light's ready to shine. Oh. Are we good? One moment, please. I think I could take this kind of pampering. Thank you.
Let me come with a nice wet towel.
I like it. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Deborah Wilson. It is my privilege to be the worship assistant. And does the choir have light that shines or what? They have melodious notes that reverberate waves of light. So I have some wonderful announcements. How many were here for Halloween last Sunday? I wasn't, but it sounds like we had some real shining stars. And the winners of the adult costume were Kat Triotis. Hello, Kat. Joanne Garland and Bonnie Rowe. Excellent. But not only that, we had some children costume winners, Flo Soares, Brooklyn Gallo, and Mark Espinola. Congratulations to everyone. And as Rev Christine said earlier, it's not only our mortgage release celebration, but since it's the first Sunday of the month, it's also Potluck Sunday and Birthday Cake Sunday, double header. So if any of you are here at the sanctuary, if you're at home, anybody that can hear us around the world, and you have a birthday in November, please stand so we can acknowledge you. Any November rights? And please join us in the community room after the service so we can have some birthday cake and, of course, potluck as well. And if you've been thinking about becoming a Unity member, stop. Become one. Become a member of Unity of Greater Hartford, because now is the time. We need as much light as we can shine in the world. The Unity classes did begin last Thursday evening on Zoom, and they'll continue this Thursday as well as the following Thursday evening, which will be November 9th and 16th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. There's no fee, but we'd like you to email Reverend Christine at revchris@unityhartford.org, and then she can send you the Zoom link. And is anybody excited about Christmas? It's coming! And so each year we do some wonderful things to be a Christmas blessing, and we have two opportunities. The first is our teddy bear collection for children through the Connecticut Children's Medical Center. So if you could bring in any brand new stuffed animal, we can love them up, fill them with light energy, and then they'll be collected and delivered on December 11th. Now, the second opportunity is to create blessing bags for local seniors throughout the Manchester Area Conference of Churches. And we have just 3 weeks until Sunday, November 26th, for you to bring in $5 gift cards and also some toiletries. There's a flyer with details about what is needed on the table in the atrium. And now a wonderful time in our church. It is greeting time. So if you are able, please stand, but please stay where you are in your pew. And I'm going to share the Gandhi Blessing for Peace, which is call and response. So I will say it, and if you could respond with me. I offer you peace. I offer you peace. I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
Our wisdom flows from the highest source.
Our wisdom flows from the highest source.
And I salute that source in you.
And I salute that source in you.
Let us work together for unity and peace.
Let us work together for unity and peace.
Amen. If you could please have a seat. I didn't even ask you to look and give the blessing to each other. You're so well trained, you automatically did it. Thank you so much. And if you be kind enough to join me in affirming our statement of faith, which is in the bulletin. Together, there is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life. God, the good omnipotence. And I'd like to share today's daily word, which is transitions. And the affirmation is, I flow with life changes. Looking at my image in a mirror, I see myself at times when my life was changing. I may see the grinning child who lost a tooth for the first time, or the proud student on graduation day. Perhaps I recall my ambitions as I embarked on my career. Maybe I feel a tinge of sadness revisiting the pain of a loss that I felt during a more difficult transition. As I've grown spiritually, I have learned to flow with life's transitions. I know that even during the most challenging times, God remains a constant presence. I will always be divinely protected and one in God with the people I have loved. Moving willingly and gratefully through my transition deepens and strengthens my awareness of God and of myself as a divine being. So again, today's daily word is transitions, and the affirmation is, I flow with life changes. Flowing from worship assistant to the divine, Reverend Christine.
I never know what she's going to say. Okay. Well, this is the time in our service when we have the opportunity to experience and express gratitude, love, and prosperity. We know that when we freely and joyfully give, we are opening ourselves up to the abundance in the universe. And what does that mean? Well, it means that you give without expectation of receiving or because of what you received. Instead, you are freely giving, joyfully giving for the sheer joy of giving. A giving that comes from our hearts, a giving that is filled with joy. So again, we're going to use that pause, that tool of the pause. Just take this pause and think, what would that mean? What would that feel like? To give joyfully, freely. Just give. Yeah. So today, whether your giving here with a check or a cash, as our ushers will be going around shortly, or later online with a credit card, hold it in your heart. Hold that giving in your heart and bless it with your love. I'm going to ask you to also add an intangible blessing that you would like to share with everyone here. What's a blessing that you would like to give to everyone here today? Maybe it is joy, maybe it is peace, love, whatever that is. Hold that in your heart also. A blessing to everyone in this Unity community. Let yourself feel as grateful as you can to God in you as your one true source. And then please join me in our offering blessing that is on your bulletin there. Together, divine love, flowing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. And so it is. Amen. And at this point, I'd like to bring up Deborah Wilson. She's going to share a poem of hers titled World of Changes, and then our ushers will proceed with the collection. So, Deborah?
World of Changes. In this rapidly changing world, each day with new surprise, both in the political arena and in our personal lives. It leads to deeper questions of who we really are. Are we greater than our circumstance? Yes, by far, by far. Deep shadows of humanity exposed for all to see, to look at what is right or erred, and who we're meant to be. This is not the time for apathy, judgment, or scorn. Have you stopped and wondered why you chose to be born? At this juncture of our history, at this particular time, let's live the words of Maya Angelou, I rise, yes, still I rise. Systems are crumbling around the world, so there can be rebirth, a rebalancing of God's gift to us, this sacred Mother Earth. Now is the time to shine the light we've prepared for all our lives. Let's live those words of Maya Angelou. I rise, yes, still I rise.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter. Well, I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't so quiet, it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other. And for that we have each other. And we will rise, oh, we will rise, oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. For you, for you.
That was beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. I have to get myself organized here. Okay. Well, today is a special day. It is a day to honor our journey, past, present, and future. Today, we are taking a pause to honor and appreciate our church journey and our individual spiritual journey. In fact, the word honor means to regard with great respect. It does not mean to idolize. It does not mean to worship. It is not intended to get you stuck anywhere. Rather, to appreciate and respect. In November of 2016, I had just been hired, and soon I was attending my first church community meeting here. The meeting eventually got around to church finances. And that, maybe this building, maybe we really needed to sell it. Well, someone raised their hand and asked what I was going to do to save the building. And I looked out and said, nothing. That was theirs to do. That was yours to do. So I have a question. Who in the last 7 years gave even $1 to this church? If that is you, please raise your hand. Yeah. You all did it. Now put your hands together and applaud you. Now, of course, this effort did not begin 7 years ago. Over 20 some years ago, this church community was meeting in West Hartford. The minister at the time, Reverend Raymond Shea, and his wife, Susan, and of course with the board and support of the community, decided it was time to move. After much searching, they found this land, and relying on their spiritual powers of faith and imagination, they decided to buy and clear this land and to build this church building. Not an easy task. Not a task that many unity communities take on. Most go running from that. Yeah. But this community did not go running. This community decided to make it happen, and they did. And today I'm still in awe of even making the decision and then acting on it. Wow. And yet, the journey of this church didn't begin then. No, it began over 90 years ago and continues today with many ups and downs. Certainly, COVID was a big disruptor. But every single Sunday morning that this church was closed because of COVID, Deborah Giddings, Carolyn Fisher, where's Tony? Tony Bensko, and myself, we were here in this sanctuary celebrating our Sunday service. It was a little bumpy in the beginning because we didn't know what we were doing, and I'm just pushing buttons on an iPad and having to look at myself the whole time and fixing my hair. But we did it. We were here every single Sunday. Yes, we were persistent. And that persistence eventually resulted in a live stream process to Facebook and to our website that has vastly improved my initial efforts. But that's been done by many other very skilled people back in that room today, and Angela's not back there, but she was certainly one of them, and is now evolved into an amazing and a professional live stream team. So thank you to all of you who persevered. This past March, our in-person attendance, the numbers came back to pre-COVID numbers, and we were finally getting to plan this mortgage release celebration. However, we experienced another disruptor. Yeah. In the middle of April, our church building was broken into, and computer and live stream equipment was stolen. Other property was vandalized. A fire was started in our library, which set off the sprinkler system, which brought water to the carpet and flooring of everywhere here in the building, in addition to the lower walls of every room. Whew. We spent almost 5 months in remediation and in recreating the inside of our church building. And while we still have a lot of wall hangings to put up, and the library and our new meditation room to still set up, still needs to be finished, we are back. We are back flying in faith in this beautiful building. Yeah. We know that this building is not the church. The church is the people, and we certainly learned that through COVID. But here, our church building is very close to our hearts. And in fact, many of those who were involved in moving the church from West Hartford to South Windsor are still a part of our community. Now, if you were with the church during that time, that transition time as we're celebrating today, I would like you to please stand or at least raise your hand so we can thank you, as well as many others who could not join us today. I see you, Jim. Yeah. Now that you have all that background, all that we're all on the same page, I want to start this process of honoring our past, our present, and future. And we're going to begin with a release. Just like when they came here and had to clear the land in order to construct this building, we need to clear our thoughts. What thoughts keep you in the past? What thoughts of the past are you still attached to? We don't want to erase our memories, good or bad, but we do want to release our emotional attachment to those memories. Our emotional attachments to the past can keep us in resentment and not embracing where we are today. Our emotional attachment can keep us longing for those good old days and not envisioning a different tomorrow. Our emotional attachments to the past can keep us stuck exactly at the time when we want to fly in faith. Today, you're invited to bring up those thoughts, good or bad. Those thoughts from the past, they might be about this Unity Church, whether it's about a person, an incident, a situation, an attitude, perhaps a belief that there's just not enough prosperity or abundance. Or perhaps you want to release some baggage about your past experience with a prior religion. God bless you. When you came in today, you should have received a small white card. Again, if you don't have that, raise your hand, and Gail will get it to you. I think everyone might have one by now. Okay, and I think I have one in here. Yes, it looks just like this. Okay, and so I'm going to ask you to, on that card, jot down any thoughts or ideas from the past that still create an emotional response for you. We might call it a trigger, right? Emotional response for you. Now, I know that this one exercise will not result in a full letting go, but it's a start. A friend of mine, several years ago, I think I can move. We're still playing with cameras and whether I'm allowed to move from the podium or not. A friend of mine, quite a while ago, gave me this CD of Gregorian chants, and she said, "Oh, it's beautiful. You're going to want to listen to it." I went, "Gregorian chants?" And it reminds me of the old Latin masses I used to go to, and I have a lot of negative baggage about that. And she said, "But they're really beautiful. You should really listen to it." I said, "Okay, all right." So what I did was every day I put on that CD. At first, the first day, I could only listen to a few minutes of it, and I was done. But every day I kept listening, and I could listen to more and more and more. And by the end of 2 weeks, I could finally hear the beauty. Not in the past, but I could hear the beauty in what they were singing and saying to me today. I still have that CD, and every now and then I listen to it, and I could still hear the beauty, because there is the beauty in the now. In the now, we want to embrace that beauty, and yet we first have to release. Once we can release our attachment to the past, we can then truly honor the past, and we can truly be present to the here and now. We just might begin to see the beauty in the present. We just might be able to embrace the present as the gift that it is. We might actually be able to receive it. Envisioning the future is an act of empowerment and power. Just like each one of us, our Unity Church is a beautiful work in progress. And just like each one of us, our Unity Church has the ability to grow, to expand, and surpass what has gone before. In the days to come, we'll be asking each one of you to share your visions of our future. Recently, I read this quote that says, "We inhale our past, we breathe our present, and exhale our future." And that is the real circle of life. Today, we take a pause and honor this incredible spiritual journey that we are individually taking and also the collective journey of our church. Let's feel that circle of life right now by inhaling slowly and exhaling slowly. Take your release card, and if you've not already jotted down some things you'd like to release, to let go of, please do that now. And I'm going to ask our board members to take their place. But realize this is not a sacred, solemn act. It is an act of celebration. I am free. I am unfettered. I am flying in faith. Yes. We're going to be starting from the back, the last pews. Sue Smallage is back there, and she's going to be directing you to come out of your pews so you can form a line up to the front. And then you're going to come up to the front. Now, they wouldn't let me play with fire today. And they also wouldn't let me play with water. So we're shredding. And so you'll hear the wonderful music of our shredders. Carolyn's going to be playing and singing some music, so that'll be going on. So this is an act of celebration. As you come out into the aisles, following the direction of Sue, you're invited to dance up the aisle, to skip up the aisle, or just to joyously come up the aisle to release what you would like to release. And so, let me see, where am I? Okay, I got all excited there. So, oh, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to ask Sue to please let people come out of their pews from the back. Oh, and as you come up, you're going to shred your note, and then a board member is going to hand you a blue affirmation to take with you, and then you'll go back to your seats by the middle aisles. And yes.
No listed?
Pardon me?
No listed? Sorry, no listed?
No.
No listed.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have to stop one moment because I forgot something. I forgot the wonderful Liston. Philia, come on up here. So we're all just going to take a pause where you are, and Liston's going to come up. Thank you, Liston. I'm so sorry. I got so caught up in the, let's release. That Liston, who is the head of our Unity Writers and Voices, he has written a poem, just like Deborah did, and it's called Celebrate. So if you would please set the mood with that poem. Thank you.
Celebrate. Celebrate, for you have finally reached your goal. Celebrate, for you have found within your soul that you are on your way and that ahead of you lies brighter days. Celebrate, for you know that from now on you will achieve all the blessings you are about to receive. Celebrate, for the power to achieve is already there if you believe and really care. Today is your day to strive a little higher. It may take a lot of work, but you can obtain your heart's desire. So never give up and never give in. Always listen to the voice that lies within. And keep on pushing until you reach a newer goal. And with that thought, you will never grow old. Remember, to achieve the things you want in life is never too late. All you have to do is work smart, enjoy life, and by all means, celebrate.
Celebrate good times, come on. do it again. Celebrate good times, come on. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now, celebration. Let us celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to celebrate, to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. One more time. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. One more time. Celebrate good times, come on. You did it.
Woo! Wow. Wow. You know, I'm sorry it was so hard to get you guys to celebrate. So let's just take a moment. Breathe that in. What a wonderful experience for us. Very few Unity churches get to have this experience. Yeah, savor it. Feel it. Now we have one more thing to shred. And I'm going to ask Barbara and Bob to come up here. These are two wonderful people who attended Unity in West Hartford and were instrumental in making that decision to come here to this empty land so that Marie could bless every tree that got knocked down and then to build this. So I'm going to ask each of you this. Well, I guess I should tell people what it is, right? This is a copy of our satisfaction of mortgage that they call it. Now, don't worry, it's not the original. I made two copies just because we have two shredders. I like the sound of shredding. And so these, the original, as Rob can tell you, are placed away very safely. But these are copies. And so we're doing this symbolically to say, yay, we did it. We all did it together. And so one for you, Barbara, and one for you. And if you would, let's make sure these are on. There we go. The sound is going. There we go. So shred away. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, my goodness. So I now would like to invite our board members to please come up to the platform to join me here. And of course, that is our board president, Deborah Giddings, our vice president, Sue Smallage, our board secretary, Rob Morehouse, and our member at large, Lynn Lennon. Our other member, Natalie Reel, is not able to join us today, but she's here in spirit, I am for sure. So, Deborah.
The Board of Trustees, along with Reverend Christine, decided to start implementing. And we passed a resolution to recognize and honor that person who throughout word and deed lives the unity principles, to keep these principles alive for future generations. The recognition is being called Keeper of the Light. And Marie Manu is our first recipient of this recognition. Now, many of you know Marie. She held the vision for unity as this church was being built. She blessed every tree that was cut down to make space for the building. And she continues to walk unity principles in prayer, her Om hugs, healing with her Tibetan bowls, and her general being of compassion and love. This vision continues to be passed on to the future with every hug, every sound played, and every time you come in contact with this most amazing soul. Would everyone, again, please recognize Marie Manu as this year's Keeper of the Light.
Take these from you, and you're going to take that. Hold on, take this. Hold
And
on.
Marie?
Hold
Okay. I just handed you a copy of a prayer that we want to give you a copy of and that we want to read to you as a community. This is Unity of Greater Hartford 2023 Keeper of the Light Award, Marie Manu, a prayer of appreciation. Today, the Unity of Greater Hartford Board of Trustees, on behalf of a grateful Unity community, acknowledges the light that shines brightly within you, Marie. We give thanks for your wisdom, compassion, and love that radiates outward as a guiding light for all who are blessed to cross your path. You are a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration, and a steadfast support to those in our community. With every step, you reflect divine light, bringing clarity, comfort, guidance, and prayers to all. And your hugs are awesome. We at Unity of Greater Hartford are grateful for the positive impact you have in the lives of our church community and in support of this church. We release this prayer with love and appreciation, holding you as the keeper of the light of Unity of Greater Hartford. And so it is. Amen. Amen.
And now Rob is going to give Marie some beautiful flowers. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the plaque.
Oh, the plaque. And I want you, Lynn Lennon is going to hold this plaque up. This is a plaque that we are going to be hanging up for all to see, and it has Marie's name on it for 2023. Who's next? Who's the keeper of the light? Vision this church growing. Anyway, we are so glad to be able to do this to honor Marie in the way that we did today. And we thank you for all being here. Congratulations.
And if you can help her, yeah, there we go. You're going to go with Deborah. Okay. Comes the most exciting part of our entire service. We're going to form a circle. I have no idea how you're going to do that, but you go ahead and do it. We're going to form a circle so that we can sing the Unity Peace song. And then after that, we'll do our prayer for protection, and we'll have a final song. So you'll know when it's ready.
All right, you look wonderfully ready. So let us take a deep breath together, and we will sing together, and we will sing together our Unity Peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Four. Say what? How about now? Oh, okay. That darn tall liston. Okay, so if you wish to remain standing in the circle, please do so for our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. If you could find your way to your seats, please. And as we bring our service to a close, and we hug each other on the way, Reverend Christine will turn off the Christ candle. However, We always know, we always affirm and recognize that the Christ light within us can never be dimmed, diminished, or extinguished, for we are always one with the divine.
And so I want to thank everyone who helped with today's service. Special thanks to our prayer chaplains for holding us in sacred prayer. And we have some prayer chaplains here today to pray with you one-on-one. And would those prayer chaplains please stand? Okay, Lynn and Joanne, thank you. Joanne and Lynn will stay in the sanctuary after we have left. And if you would desire one-on-one prayer, it's real easy. All you need to do is go up to them and say, would you pray with me? And they'll take it from there. But there's other ways to have people pray with you. Additionally, in the pocket in the pew in front of you is a prayer card. You can fill out that prayer card and put it in the prayer box back on the table in the corner there. And if you're online, you can send us an email. And you can ask for prayer that way. And you can send it to prayerrequest@unityhartford.org. And your prayer request will go to the prayer chaplains who'd be honored to pray with you. And of course, keep that prayer in complete confidence. There are many others who helped with today, and I'm not going to go through them all because there's a really good meal waiting for us, you know. So, but I would like to thank everyone who helped with today's service. So let's give everyone an applause. Now, if this is your first time that joining us today, please, we welcome you. We're honored that you're here with us. If you're here in person, as you go out the sanctuary on your left, there's a welcome center. And on that high top table, there is an envelope, a welcome packet that you can take. It tells you a little bit more about this church and about the Unity Movement nationwide or internationally. And we hope that you will take one of them. And certainly if you have any questions, ask anyone with a name tag or come see me. If you're online and it's your first time being a part of this, or you've been a few times you've watched the service and now you really have questions, then all you need to do is send us an email. Send that to officemgr@unityhartford.org, and Tony would be delighted to send you that welcome package. Please make sure, though, that you include your mailing address so we can get it to you. And thank you for all of you, for especially those who are new, to being with us today, for bringing the blessing that is you to share with us today. And of course, oh, one more thing. I don't know whether you noticed, but on the hallway from here to the food, to the community room, on the right wall, there are these angel wings. Remember our theme, Flying in Faith? Yeah. All right. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. And there's directions there in case you forget what I've said the minute I'm done saying it. So there's a little table, and there are some pens, and there are some colored pencils. Take one of those and print your first name on one of the feathers, either side. All right? And then sometime before you leave today, or sometime in the next several weeks, put yourself in between those wings. All right? And someone, either with your camera, with another camera, can take a photo of you as we fly in faith. And Angela, would you raise your hand? There she is. Angela has done this already. So if you need any help in figuring out how to do that, talk to that lady. And she's already figured it all out. So I invite you to do that and to be part of this. As it says, it's as we fly together, as we fly as a flock, it's a lot more fun. And so that's what we're about today, is realizing the community we have today and the fun and the joy and the blessing that it is. And of course, I do want to do a special thank you to Liston and to Deborah for their wonderful, beautiful poems that they created. And a special thank you to our music director, Carolyn. Thank you so much. Yay. And I know you have one more song for us, so if you would please tell us what that is.
I'm a little scared being between you and the potluck in there, but it's gonna be okay. I'll be speedy-ish. So you have actually words to this one. If you'd like to join in, especially on the chorus, which is every time you see the words, bring it on. That should be pretty intuitive, even if you've never heard this song before. Yes? I'm sorry, I need to say one because sure.
I know that when the song is over, really, Carolyn has an announcement, and then we're done. But I'm going to ask everyone to please move as briskly as you can from the sanctuary into the atrium or to the community room. Those who would like to have one-on-one prayer time need to have this space quiet and empty for that to happen. So I would ask that you be respectful and please leave as briskly as you can, knowing that there are rewards for all who move on.
Somehow I don't think today that would be difficult, but you never know. It smells so good in here the whole time. All right, so as I was saying, please feel free to join me in singing the whole thing, but if you want an easy spot, whenever it says bring it on, I think that's a nice intuitive spot. So this is called Everything New. It's written by Daniel Nemad, sung by several Unity artists in their own way. And here it is. Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. Think I finally learned, bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time, bring it on. Everything new, we're trying. Everything different, everything true. Where's Sue with that 2 and 4? I am ready for my next thing to do. There we go. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more. Just as I did back then, I'm gonna rise again. Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. All right, thanks to everyone for joining us here today. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday here in person or on our website or Facebook for our 10:30 a.m. celebration service. We also hope to see you Wednesday. Don't forget our 7 p.m. Facebook 30-minute meditation service. And we wish you a week filled with joy and celebrations.